Mather followed Brigitte, muscles humming with pent-up fight. The stone deadened most sound, leaving him with only the distant clicking of the Duchess's shoes moving upward. Stairs. He darted after her, hoping to put enough space between him and his group that if a trap did await them, he could give a warning with plenty of time for them to make it back down. Alone in this narrow, dark space, a crack formed in his determination. It had all happened so abruptly. The man, Meira's unexpected trust, her desperate plea for Mather to free everyone, and he had agreed only because he hadn't seen her look like that in months, like the eye of a storm, terrifying and brilliant and severe. The stairwell folded into a hall. One more hall led to another staircase, and at the top of that, Brigitte's footsteps stopped. Metal jingled, thin and light. Keys. Mather waited a few steps back, bracing himself for soldiers. Arrows. Angra. He clenched and unclenched his hands, staring sightlessly down at them in the blackness. He had killed Angra himself. He had broken the deranged king's conduit on Abril's ground and seen his body vanish. What had that truly done to him? Brigitte opened a door. Mather forced his eyes to adjust, lingering long enough for the yellow light to reveal a little of the room beyond. A thick scarlet rug, a short table, blue walls, no soldiers that he could see. Brigitte stepped inside and Mather followed, a beat behind. "Grandmama!" came a child's cry. They were in a bedroom filled with mahogany furniture, a table and chairs, a wide bed, a few armoires positioned between floor-to-ceiling tapestries. This door stood behind one such tapestry, while two more doors waited closed at other points in the room, unhidden. Brigitte was the mother of Jesse Donati, the Ventrallen king. The king Mather had watched go from weak to infuriated and back while his wife seized control of his kingdom. The king who sat on a padded chair before Mather now, one child in his lap, another clinging to his arm as if it were a barrier she could hide behind. A third child, the oldest, but not by much, toddled forward. "Grandmama," she said again, tears tumbling over her lace mask. Brigitte stroked the girl's dark curls and looked over her shoulder at Mather. "I'll help you leave, but you'll take my son and grandchildren with you." The Ventrallen king rose. The daughter, who had been hiding behind him, instantly latched onto his leg, and the boy in his arms, not more than a year old, stared with wide, calm eyes from behind a small green mask. Phil moved beside Mather, and he felt the rest of the thaw gather around. All the time they had spent in their clandestine trainings in January had let him learn each of them by heart, and he didn't need to look to know Trace's fingers twitched over his empty knife sheaths. Eli squared his jaw in a mimic of the glowers around him. Kiefer hesitated near the back, watching, cautiously ready to help, and Hollis and Phage hovered, quiet on the edge of the group. It was Dendera, Connell, and Nessa whom Mather had to check on. Dendera had her arms around Nessa, freeing Connell to stand alert, his face gray and hard. His brother had died as unexpectedly as Allison. Mather turned away from him. He wouldn't let his own grief rise any higher. Hopefully Connell could keep himself under control too. "Mother," Jesse said, his surprise palpable even from behind his mask. "Do we have a deal?" Brigitte asked Mather. Mather narrowed his eyes. "You're saving us?" He had little to no experience with children, but even he could tell that getting them out of the palace would be nearly impossible. Someone in his group stepped forward. Mather expected it to be Dendera. She, of all of them, was the most capable with children, but when Mather turned, he blinked in surprise. Nessa faced Brigitte. "Of course we have a deal." Mather had been on the verge of saying the same thing. Impossible or no, they wouldn't leave children here defenseless. What surprised Mather was the ease with which Nessa moved forward and knelt in front of the oldest girl. "Hi there," she said. "I'm Nessa, and that's my brother Connell." Connell gaped when his sister pointed up at him, but he managed a small bow at the princess. "Melania," the girl told Nessa, rolling her L on an awkward tongue. The smile Nessa gave her was